ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. I'm your host of the most, as always, Francois878, and today we're going to be talking about the Jat Kusar, the brand new chain whip sword blade thing that's released during update 21.2. This is the new weapon. It was actually a player-created design by Silverbones. It won the Melee Creation Contest a few months back. It's pretty badass. I will say that right now. As far as some basic stats for the weapon, it does have a mastery rank requirement of 10, and it is a clan tech, so you do need to research it before you build it, but the research requirements and the build cost for this weapon are both very, very nice. They're not too bad at all, honestly. Now, as far as some basic stats for the weapon goes, it deals 80 damage, and that's strictly in heat. It does not deal any physical damage at all, which is nice and also not nice, and I'll get into that in a few minutes when I start talking about the build, but it does keep up with the theme that all of the blade whips deal strictly elemental damage. The Lasara had electric, and the Mayos had toxin, so I'm glad that DE is making a thing out of that. Now, the crit chance for this weapon is 35%. That's the highest crit chance of any melee weapon, except for the Fragor Prime, which it's currently tied with. So very, very impressive crit chance. A crit multiplier of 2.5%, a status chance of 5%, and an attack speed of 0.833. Now, obviously, as I mentioned, very high crit chance. It's going to have a very traditional crit chance build. You're going to have Blood Rush, you're going to have body count. That's just the way it is. Another mod I would absolutely include on this is Berserker, and if you are not a big fan of taking the risk of Berserker, it's not really even a risk, but if you want to throw Prime Fury on instead, you can do that. This weapon's base attack speed is very slow. You absolutely need to have Berserker or Prime Fury on this weapon, 100%. Then, of course, I have primed a pressure point on that first row just to beef up my damage. And then the last four mods are all 90% elemental damage mods because this weapon's only got 5% status chance. It's not even worth trying to build for it. Now, Condition Overload is an incredible mod, and I would absolutely recommend it on any melee weapon, as long as it either A, has decent status chance, or you're going to pair it with a status chance heavy primary or secondary. So, since the Jat Kusar has very little status chance, I chose to not incorporate the Condition Overload mod on my builds. If you guys want to run it, run the Jat Kusar with Zazakti or another status chance heavy secondary or primary, so you can hit a lot of different status effects, so you can really take advantage of Condition Overload, that's up to you guys. All you need to do is swap it out for one of the pre-existing mods. There's 2 V polarities on the weapon. Pre-form it in there, so it should not be a problem. Now, for that build, I did have to form it twice. I added 2 dash polarities for the elemental mods. Fairly simple build. All in all, I like the weapon. I think it's very solid. I think it's a very impressive weapon. I think it's a great addition to the blade whip genre selection of weapons. The Lasara being the status chance focused blade whip, it's nice now to have a crit chance whip blade thing as well. The design of the weapon overall is nice. I have to give Silverbones some mad props. I wasn't 100% sold on it when I first saw it. I thought it was going to be a little silly, but it really translated well in game. And I'm not even the biggest fan of Grineer weapons. You guys know I'm just not a real big fan of the general aesthetic of the Grineer. So having me say that the Grineer weapon is pretty nice is a feat in and amongst itself. So, but yeah, overall it's a solid weapon. The lack of status chance hurts it a little bit, but the fact that it's tied for the most crit chance of any weapon in any melee weapon in the game right now, it's a really solid weapon stats wise. And if you were to pair it with the right secondary and condition overload, it can be really, really nasty. That being said, that's going to finish up my review of this weapon. Now, if you've made it this far, congratulations, because you guys are going to be in for a special little treat. The person who won the 250 Platinum Bundle from my last giveaway, the TennoCon giveaway, decided that they did not want to claim the Platinum. So that is once again up for grabs. All you need to do is let me know down in the comments section that you'd like to be entered into the giveaway. I'm going to be turning around very quick on this, so if it's 24 hours after the time this video is uploaded, you're probably too late up for it, unfortunately. It's going to be very quick on this. I will, because I want to get this done. But thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Until next time.